Good Wednesday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversations Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again on this first hump day of February. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Wednesday. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and today, in an entertainment spotlight, you'll be hearing part of my conversation with a woman that's near and dear to my heart, my mother, Zattie Webb Sims. You don't want to miss that. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Wednesday headlines. In Mississippi news, the Mississippi State Department of Health has reported 825 new COVID-19 cases and 76 additional deaths on Tuesday. There have now been in Mississippi 276,531 COVID-19 cases and 6,132 coronavirus-related deaths in the state since March of 2020. In a related story, Biden boosting vaccine allotment, financing for virus cost. President Joe Biden's administration announced on Tuesday that it is moving to expand access to COVID-19 vaccines, freeing up more doses for states and beginning to distribute them to retail pharmacies next week. The push comes amid new urgency to speed vaccinations to prevent the spread of potentially more serious strains of the virus that has now killed more than 445,000 Americans. Starting next week, 1 million doses will be distributed to some 6,500 pharmacies across the country, the White House said on Tuesday. The administration is also boosting by 500,000 the weekly allotment of vaccines sent directly to states and territories for the coming weeks, up to 10.5 million. It is allowing state and local governments to receive additional federal dollars to cover previously incurred expenses related to the pandemic. The coronavirus coordinator announced the moves on a call with the nation's governors on Tuesday morning and then detailed them to the public in an afternoon news conference. Drugstores have become a mainstay for flu shots and shingles vaccines, and the industry is capable of vaccinating tens of millions of people monthly. This will provide more sites for people to get vaccinated in their communities. This is a critical step to provide the public with convenient, trusted places to get vaccinated in their communities, said the coronavirus coordinator. The number of participating pharmacies and the allocation of vaccines are expected to accelerate as drug makers increase production. The White House said the ultimate goal was to distribute the vaccines through more than 40,000 pharmacies nationwide. State and local guidelines will determine who is eligible to get a shot at their neighborhood pharmacy. Availability will be limited at first. In national news, House Democrats make case for conviction. Trump denies charges. Donald Trump endangered the lives of all members of Congress when he aimed a mob of supporters like a loaded cannon at the U.S. Capitol, House Democrats said Tuesday in making their most detailed case yet for why the former president should be convicted and permanently barred from office. Trump denied the allegations through his lawyers and called the trial unconstitutional. The dueling filings offer the first public glimpse of the arguments that will be presented to the Senate beginning next week. The impeachment trial represents a remarkable reckoning with the violence in the Capitol last month, which the senators witnessed firsthand and with Trump's presidency overall. Held in the very chamber where the insurrectionists stood on January the 6th, it will pit Democratic demands for a final measure of accountability against the desire of many Republicans to turn the page and move on. The impeachment trial, Trump's second, begins in earnest on February the 9th. The Democratic legal brief forcefully links Trump's baseless efforts to overturn the results of the presidential election to the deadly riot at the Capitol, saying he bears unmistakable blame for their actions that threaten the underpinnings of American democracy. In business news, Jeff Bezos, Amazon's founder, will step down as CEO. Jeff Bezos, who founded Amazon and turned into an online shopping behemoth, is stepping down as the company's CEO, a role he's had for nearly 30 years. He'll be replaced in the fall by Andy Jassy, who runs Amazon's cloud computing business. Bezos, 57, will then become the company's executive chair. In a blog post to employees, Bezos said he plans to focus on new products and early initiatives being developed at Amazon. Launched in 1995, Amazon was a pioneer of fast and free shipping that won over millions of shoppers who used the site to buy diapers, TVs, and just about anything. And finally, in entertainment news, Chadwick Boseman earns nominations for NAACP Image Awards. With his final two performances, the late Chadwick Boseman earned 2 NAACP Image Award nominations, while Ma Rainey's Black Bottom could make its presence felt at next month's ceremony. Boseman scored nominations on Tuesday for his work in the Netflix films The Five Bloods and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. The actor who starred in the blockbuster superhero Marvel film Black Panther died at 43 last year after he privately battled cancer. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom came away with 9 nominations. The film delves into the story of blues singer Ma Rainey, who joins her band during a turbulent recording session at a Chicago music studio in 1927. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, it's all yours.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Keep hope alive. Hope gives you strength to move forward, especially when it seems like the odds are stacked against you. Hope is the spark to keep your dreams alive. When you pull the plug on hope, you give up motivation, resolve, or any reason for you to stick with your dream or your goal. No matter what the situation, good or bad, everything will play out to your best possible outcome when you keep thoughts of hope and success in your heart. Allow hope to flourish, even through thoughts of distrust and despair. This spark of hope gives you strength to move forward with enthusiasm, allowing thoughts of distrust and despair to fall away. Today, be hopeful, even when facing great challenges, as you go about and enjoy the day.
In today's Entertainment Spotlight, you're being part of my conversation with my mother, talking about her life and my journey. Enjoy right here on Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. As I'm gearing up to celebrate my 10,000th guest of my 17 years of hosting Conversations Live, I could not hit that milestone without literally interviewing the woman who gave me life, my mother, Zattie Webb Sims. She joined me recently on Conversations Live and Cyrus Webb Presents to talk a little bit about her life and also my journey. Here's a bit of that conversation. What has it been like for you as you kind of think about your life? Not that your life is over, but as you think about your life, what has it been for you to look over your life and all you've been able to see?
It's amazing. And really, I have no regrets of how I grew up. And as the years went by, I graduated in 1966. But before that, I had a very interesting life. My parents was farmers, and we enjoyed life.
Yeah. Now, I tell some of my friends I've talked to, when they talk to me about my appreciation for life, I tell them, my mom actually picked cotton. I mean, you picked cotton.
Yes.
So, I'm literally one generation away from segregation. I mean, when you were going to school, schools were segregated. Yeah. So what has it been like for you to see the changes that have happened, especially with that when it comes to race?
Well, now, a lot of people don't agree with me, but I don't look at black and white. I look at people and the way they treated me. Mm-hmm. And I have well, the Lord blessed me to have people that respected me for me. Now, if they didn't like me, I didn't know it. Mm-hmm. And I always was treated nice. But like I say, I go by the way people treat me.
Yeah. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. But we'll have you guys on tomorrow with more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host Cyrus Webb saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.